Hi dear guys and girls, I'm Petra Van Dale. For those of you who are wondering how to pronounce my surname, it is Van Dale. So it looks a whole lot difficult or it looks very sophisticated on paper, but the pronunciation is very easy, Van Dale. I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you who have been commenting on the videos, sharing your life stories in the comment section, sending me emails, subscribing to the channel, sharing all the videos, and for those of you who have contacted me and made use of my services as a life coach, thank you all. So it's just, it's just so wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling to see how this channel and how this community has grown so rapidly in just a short period of time, a couple of months. So thank you to you all, because without all of you, I wouldn't be sitting here making these videos and putting them on YouTube. So again, thank you. Um, I wanted to do a video today on the narcissist's life force, and this came from one of the viewers, Darnell. Hi, Darnell. Darnell asked me to just speak a bit on the different types of narcissistic supply. So there are two, in my opinion, there are just two. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just learning about narcissism, so I'm not, I don't know all the ins and outs as of yet. So in my opinion, there are two sorts of supply, forms of supply. That is the primary source of supply and the secondary. Now, what is supply? To just start there. Supply is anyone who boosts the ego of the narcissist. And this helps them maintain their false sense of superiority, of entitlement, of appreciation. We are all of us who have been involved with the narcissist are supply to them. And whether that is positive or negative supply does not matter to the narcissist. They will take it any which way it comes. So the positive supply is when, of course, you show them adoration and appreciation, and you're always complimenting them. You're always, pussyfooting around them. This is the positive side of the supply that you and I offer, or not offer, we give it away, it's taken from us. And the second, or the flip side of that, is the negative supply. So whether, I think we sometimes wrongly make the assumption that because we confront a narcissist, because we become angry, we show them we're angry or upset or disgusted at their behavior, we think incorrectly that this is going to ward them off, that this is going to get rid of them, get them out of our lives. But no, nothing is further from the truth. The narcissist also thrives on this negative source of supply. So, the only way to break off that supply is by going no contact. The narcissist will take it negative, will take it positive, but they will take that supply from you. So again, the only way to cut off the supply, the emotional supply, is to go absolute no contact. And of course, I've said in previous videos that, when you have broken away from the narcissist and there are children involved, of course, you will still have some contact. You won't be able to completely break off that contact. But when interacting with them because of the children, just keep the subject matter to a bare minimum. Don't tell too much of your personal details. Don't share your story with them or what's going on in your life. That is, they will still be gaining some bit of supply from you, but it won't be as much as it used to be when you were in full contact with them. The narcissist is addicted to the supply and needs the attention from you in order to feel validated, because, as I've said before, the narcissist is void. They have no true emotions, no true feelings, except, of course, the negative feelings of being angered and being upset, being disgusted at you. Um, so they need all the supply they can get in order to feel validated. So this is their life force. You know, we are the ones who have, they have plugged into us in order to keep themselves alive. We are their life source. So when you look at it that way, I know that worked for me. When I looked at it that way, I realized that the narcissist needs us. We don't need them. So by removing ourselves from the situation, you are disconnecting the supply. You are pulling out that plug, and this will force them to go and look for new supply and leave us alone. They know, the narcissist knows that their false self is effective, that in some cases it is evil. So they continuously require this admiration from us and the approval and the affirmations that we so willingly give to them once we have been connected at an emotional level. And, the more supply that you give, the more supply you give the narcissist, the more you feed into their false self, the more you boost their ego, the more that they can wind around. It's like a snake. That's what it always makes me think of. The narcissist has this very slithery, very sneaky, very subtle way of winding themselves into your mind space. And once they are in, that is when they can go about destroying your self-confidence, your self-esteem, destroying your self-respect. This is what happens when we are not aware of who we are dealing with. This is what makes the narcissist so evil, because they are aware of how they can get into our minds without us even realizing just what kind of abuse we are subjecting ourselves to. And they come into our minds and they create havoc. They destroy, they sicken us. And that is, literally as well. We can get physically sick from the abuse that we are subjected to. This is also the reason when you come away, when you've been in conversation with the narcissist, the endless spewing of words that come out of their mouth. And we leave that conversation, we leave that space feeling totally drained. This is the reason why. It is because you have had a venomous snake entering into your mind space and poisoning every true and every authentic thought and action that you ever had. So the primary source of supply is usually the spouse, the partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, the friends of the narcissist, the children. And I think also this, the primary supply can also again be split into two. You can have where you'll have a narcissist who you look up to because they may be an upstanding figure in their community. They may be doing good work in society. So we, as their supply, look up to them. We put them up on a pedestal. We adore them. We offer compliments. We offer support. And of course, this again boosts their ego. So that is, that is when they are looked up to as members of society. And the flip side to that again is that the narcissist can also be a feared member of society. And I think a good example of this is when we look at, the history of psychopaths in society, of murderers, of child abusers. They are feared by society. naturally, of course, because of the murders they have committed, the heinous crimes that they have committed. And so that is the flip side. You can either have the adoring side, or you can fear them. Society fears them. And this to them is another way of just boosting their ego. It makes them feel alive when they are feared by you. So, that can be split again, as I just said. So that was the primary source of supply. The spouse, the friends, the children, it could be the neighbor, it could be a random stranger on the street. And the secondary supply are, for example, the co-workers, could be the followers on social media. So if you look at, the social media of the narcissist, usually, you and I have, I don't know, 100, maybe 200 friends on social media. Let me just use Facebook as an example there. So I think I have 200 and something friends on Facebook. These are people that we have at some point, usually 9 times out of 10, we have interacted with them, we have met them, they are friends, they are family. We have had some kind of contact with them. But you will find that with the narcissist, they will have not 100 or 200 on their Facebook. They will have maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000. They will be proud of this, and say, oh, look at the amount of friends that I have on my Facebook page. These are not friends. It is impossible to be befriended with 1,000 to 2,000 people and to maintain that contact with them as well. It is simply impossible. So I see this as the followers. These are the people who follow the narcissist for whatever reason. They might, once again, be doing good work. They have a way of charming their followers by the stuff that they place on their pages. And this feeds into their ego. When people compliment them or offer them support for whatever stuff they might be going through, whatever they've described on their Facebook page, people feed into this, and you'll find that there will be thousands of reactions and responses to maybe even a simple sentence that they have placed. And this, again, is another form of supply. Their egos are just totally boosted when they're scrolling through all of these replies. And, it is another form of supply. So just remember that on social media, the narcissist has followers, and these are potential means of supply for the narcissist. They will probably go in and choose a few to maybe meet in person, and this will be their secondary source of supply, so that when their primary source is not available at some point, that they can fall back onto their secondary source of supply. Just remember that you are chosen by the narcissist for your good traits, for your compassion, for your warm heart, for your kindness, for your empathy. And the narcissist is very clever, very deceitful when choosing you out for your good traits, because they know that when others see you with this narcissist, because others know you, they know of your good traits, they know what kind of a loving person you are. When they see you out and about with this narcissist, people will never for a single second doubt that the narcissist is a good person, because why else would they then be hanging out with you? So you and I are used as shields. We are shielding, unconsciously, we are shielding and protecting the narcissist through our very good traits. They are using us as a shield to the rest of the world to say, look at this wonderful, loving and kind person that I have with me. So, you know, people will never doubt the fact that the narcissist is a wonderful person because they're hanging out with you. So I hope that makes sense. I had the sentence in my mind, but I couldn't verbalize it. I think I'm just tired. But yeah, so we will be used as human shields in order to help maintain the narcissist's facade to the outside world. You are an object to the narcissist, which is why they have no comms in discarding you. You are simply an object, a means of supply, a means of boosting their ego. And I realize that this is a very bitter pill to swallow when you come to the realization, as I did as well, of course, came to the realization that you and I are simply pawns. We are objects. We are used as pawns on a chessboard to supply the narcissist with feed. And that is a very difficult thing to swallow, that we were not seen as, for who we truly were. We were not nurtured. We were not validated by the narcissist. We were simply used as an object to keep them alive, to keep them going. And this is also one of the reasons why the narcissist has absolutely no problem in discarding you and not looking back. They just continue with their life. And I realize, speaking again to clients this past week who said, why can someone, especially in the case of a spouse, if the narcissist is an ex-spouse, the question was, why can they just leave the relationship and move on without a second glance, without remorse, without going through grieving stages? This is because you are an object. You and I are objects. And there is no getting around that. That is the simple fact. So the sooner that we come to terms with that we accept the fact that we have simply been used as a pawn, the sooner we will be able to pick up those broken, shattered pieces and start putting our life back together again. Thank you once again for tuning in, and please keep those topics coming. I will, of course, make more videos on the dynamics of the narcissistic family. There are so many different topics on that very subject, so I will add to that. And, in between doing that, I will also make these kinds of videos. Thank you once again for watching, and Darnell, thank you for your offering of this topic that I've just touched on. Keep them coming, those emails and the comments, and see you all very soon in the next video. Bye for now.